Hey everyone, good morning. This is Ricardo and I represent Joe Man Auto Service and Complete Auto Reports. So we did a live demonstration on how we perform calibrations here at our facility the other day. We made the best of it, and hopefully you guys learned a little bit about what we do and why we do it and how much time we save. In that class, someone had asked how we do research and how we search for things that may need to be done. So I'm going to show everybody today on Toyota's portal and a 2018 Toyota Camry that we have here on site on how we would perform some of the basic steps to get us started to figure out what ADAS calibrations might be needed and where we would find that information. So we're going to go through it now and show you our process here at Joe Man. So one of the first things that we do here at Joe Man, we utilize our car system and look for previously performed services that are going to save us a ton of time. So there's a feature in car under our advanced search filters that will allow you to search for a vehicle make and put in a job. I know that anytime we work on collision vehicles, we always use the pre-post scan job. So I'm going to search for any time I've done pre and post scans on any Toyotas in my database. So now I hit search, I allow the hamster to kind of go find the database information and then bring it back to me. Usually takes a few seconds. So now when the search is done, I'm able to see all the vehicles that met this criteria. So I can see that I have a Toyota Sienna, a RAV4, a Tacoma, and I actually have a Camry down here. I know from previous experience that this Camry, my apologies, does not have any calibrations done. But I do know that this Tacoma does. So if I want to just look at what I did for this Tacoma, I can click on that link for the vehicle itself, and the system will now load only the services for that Tacoma. If I click on the car ID, it will open that service request in a new window. And here I have all the services that were performed for that Tacoma. So now I have my millimeter wave adjustment and all the notes for that Tacoma. I have the headlight adjustment, notes, photos, lane departure calibrations, and here is my pre and post scan. So the pre and post scan, as discussed, is where we lay out all the relevant information to let the insurance company know what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. In the vehicle that we are working now, I did this yesterday, so I'm just showing you that I copied that job from here, and then I'm able to paste it on the fly. So in the service request, I can hit paste. It will show me the job that I copied to the clipboard and most of the information within it. And if I press paste, it will paste that in. If I do it now, it's just going to double it up. So I'm going to show you that everything is already here. And I've gone through some of this. So now, in order to start finding relevant information with regards to the collision or the services you're performing, you typically need a list of parts that were removed or replaced. So in this case, the body shop has informed me that they've removed and or replaced the front bumper, the front grille, and the hood. So we know that all of the damages incurred all come from the front end of the vehicle. Going into Toyota's TIS platform, once you're logged in, you choose the type of vehicle, model, and year that you're working on. So Toyota's pretty simple. I wish they would allow for VIN numbers sometimes, but I've grown accustomed to how they do things here. So now I'm going into Camry. This is not an HV Camry. And confirming we are working on a 2018 Camry. And now I hit search. And once I do that, typically you'd be on the summary page. The summary page will load all of the relevant information, which is overwhelming, but it does it by sections. So here you have tech tips, service bulletins, Canadian and Mexican bulletins, some quick training guides, repair manuals, electronic wiring diagrams, explanations on new car features, campaign publications, and collision repair. So in order to start this and your journey with searching on OE info, I suggest searching for the simplest thing first. But typically, the best way to start with any OE information and searching is just search for the simplest words first. So I would recommend you search for a word like collision or accident. In this case, we're going to search for the word collision, press search, and see what results we have displayed. So in the service bulletins, you're going to see any items regarding collisions. In this case, there's some bulletins about the radar and the forward recognition camera system. Going into repair manuals, now you have more information on pre-collision systems, and if you were to click the more link here, it would bring you to a ton more information that meets the search word collision. So going down into the most important part, in my opinion, to get started, is the collision repair section within Toyota. So if you go to this section, you are going to find a ton of information. So we're going to press more, and now you will see that a ton of info is loading here. In the beginning, I honestly recommend you spend a little bit of time and read some of these, because it'll only help you find things faster as you keep doing this. But we're going to start with the very, very basic one, which is introduction about this vehicle, damage diagnosis. So clicking on this brings up a pop-up, and the first thing they want you to do is let them know what the manufacturing date is. So we are going to not leave our desk, because this is exactly the reason why we started car. And we're going to look at our VIN label and find out that the manufacturing label states this vehicle is manufactured in August of 2018. So that is the date range, and now we have the most relevant document available in damage diagnosis for this vehicle. So Toyota actually allows you to make some adjustments, but here you can get an idea for parts names, parts locations, other areas that may be affected. It's really kind of a learning tool. I typically would save this just so I have it, but the most important part about what you're going to see here is a section called when removing, installing, repairing, or replacing parts. This is essentially where I would recommend anybody start if you're working on a Toyota or a Lexus vehicle and you're looking to see procedures that need to be performed post-services or post-collision. So the components give you an idea of all components throughout the vehicle. So you get a really, really great list of everything broken down. I would probably also be saving this. So I didn't discuss this, but I will show it now. Typically, we save everything in a folder in our network share. So for us in this vehicle, we did this yesterday and started it, but you can see on the left here, a lot of vehicles that we work on, we save data for. Here is the one for the 2018 Toyota Camry, and these are the PDFs that I have saved. In it, you will see these names, which automatically come up when you save them as PDFs, referring to the exact services or functions contained within each PDF. All of this information is saved for us to do analysis and to provide to the insurance company as proof of what work we did and why we did it. We save everything in a network share. It just makes life easier when we need to get paid. If you were to save this document, you would just press the print button, and if you guys want to waste paper and ink, be my guest, but we like to save a lot of that stuff here. So we would just destination, save to PDF, and we hit save again, and it's going to ask us where we want it to save. So I'm using Firefox for this exercise, and you will see that it has the correct label, introduction when removing, installing, repairing, or replacing parts components, 2018 to 2019 model year Camry, and it gives you the dates for the builds that this coincides with. And then when it saves it, it's in this case, oh no, I do not have this one saved. So if I press save, it's just going to write this to a PDF and save that file for me. So I can then reference it, and there it is. And if we open it up, now we always have this file in case we need it. Going back to practicing this is where you would start. And I'm going to be really honest, this stuff takes time to get good at. It took me a couple years to really get my head around most manufacturers and how to search. Just start is my only honest recommendation. The more you keep doing it, the more it becomes useful to you, the faster you become at it, and the faster you will be able to perform these services when these vehicles are in your bays. Once you save these PDFs, which I've already done, and I've showed you guys where I save them, I'm going to move on to the next stage. So the next stage is searching for replaced parts specifically, and I'm going to pick the front bumper because that is the easiest way to get the thought process across and hopefully instruct you on how you can try to do this yourself with any OE information. So looking back at our service request, we see that the parts removed or replaced were the front bumper, front grille, and the hood. So now we're going to search for the front bumper. In the keyword, we would type in front bumper. You can see how often I do this because these are my words that I search for commonly on Toyota. So front bumper we press search, and the system is going to do its internal search and display the results within a couple seconds usually. So now we've loaded, and under the repair manual section, you'll see it's telling you it found greater than 500 documents. This is a little bit of an issue with a lot of OE searching. You usually get inundated with information, which is why I suggest a little bit of practice so you know how to filter through all the noise and find exactly what you're looking for. So in this case, we're going to press the More button. It's going to bring us directly to the Repair Manual tab and list everything out. So you will notice through the name, we have front bumper components, the year, and then the build date is right after. So make sure you select the one that coincides with the vehicle you are working on. In this case, we want these components. So clicking on that brings us our pop-up. Same concept. So if you want to save this, you hit print, save. It's already going to the location that I wanted to. And now I have this PDF for future reference. We're going to go through this on the screen here as soon as it's done. So going through the components list, you literally see every single component that is a part of the front bumper. So here is our first item. We have ultrasonic sensors. So you can walk out to the car and check this yourself. Some vehicles do not have this option. The Prius that we worked on a couple days back did not have ultrasonic sensors, even though it was listed in the repair information like you see here. Going further down, you now see the lower grille, the upper grille, the badge, and behind the badge, you have number 8. Number 8 is our millimeter wave radar assembly. So here we see that we have 2 items that are likely going to require calibration. And if you want to look at exploded parts diagrams for the rest of the vehicle relating to the front bumper and its components, everything is available here. So the next step I would recommend is go through the OE instructions for removal, and it will say replaced part or perform procedure, front bumper assembly with panoramic view monitor system, front television camera view adjustment. Now this vehicle does not have a front television view camera. The front television view camera is used for 360 views, and it is used to help you park even if you don't have 360, if you only have front and rear. It is used to help you park and get a gauge for your distance between you and the vehicle that you're parking close to. So since this does not have that, we would essentially ignore this section. But it's good to know because it may have a camera, and this is a reminder to check. They will go through the instructions for removing the bumper. We would PDF this, do it here so you guys can see again just how easy and simple it is to save all of this relevant information. You know what I didn't check is, do I have the right date loaded? Oh, I should. Okay, because I had the right date selected, anything here is going to match. So then you go into disassembly, and it gives you the instructions to remove the wave radar, license plate. You know, it goes through step by step what to do, how to remove the television camera, ultrasonic sensors, where everything is, how it clips in. I mean, it just really makes life easy if you spend a few minutes and go through items like this. So again, print, save. Might have this one saved already, but in case I don't, I'll have it now. Now, don't skip steps. We are always inclined to just try to find the shortest path to where we want to go. In the beginning, I strongly encourage you to spend a little bit of time. This will come back and pay you 100-fold as you keep doing this. Here's why. So if you went directly to installation and skipped reassembly, you would miss out on a few things. So first of all, they have instructions on installing the headlight assembly, may lead to headlight aiming. Let's print that one, save, headlight aiming, print that one, save. So you have all the steps, and a lot of this, again, is basic, guys, but we just found out that the headlights, if they were removed, which I'm going to have to confirm, I do not know at this stage if they were removed, they might have been left on the car. But that's not a question for me to answer, that's a question for me to ask. But we keep going through, installing our corner ultrasonic sensors, our TV camera if it has it, and then it tells you to install the millimeter wave radar assembly. So this is all in the reassembly section and not even in the installation section. it's important to go through this because when you do, so this vehicle does have the intuitive parking assist. So you install the sensors and they give you the instructions on installing. And we're probably all laughing right now going, we know how to clip in an ultrasonic sensor. But if you click in info and it tells you how to install the ultrasonic sensor, which most of us know how to do. Again, it's a relatively simple task. So you're going through, but now when you're done with the ultrasonic sensors, it's telling you to install the front bumper assembly, which we know, and perform calibration. So you would not find this function or this necessary function anywhere else unless you went through these sequences. So now when we hit info here, we are presented with park assist monitoring, intelligence, clearance, sonar system calibration sequences. So here it tells you the name of the part, the operation that was performed, the adjustment item that is needed, and it tells you which procedures on this page to go to. So looking for the front bumper assembly, it explains that when the front bumper or ultrasonic sensor is damaged or deformed due to an accident or contact with other objects, or the bumper installation on the body is repaired. So if you were performing or any of these items happened, this is where it applies. And then it tells you that the adjustments item necessary are the measurement of the ultrasonic detection angle, and here are the procedures that need to be done. And then the ultrasonic sensor detection angle registration, and here is the procedure that needs to be done. And then we go through the list. I have this saved, but for argument's sake, we'll save it again. Should prompt me, yep, see there it is, prompting me, do I want to replace it? I'll hit no, cancel. When you go into the install millimeter wave radar assembly, it tells you exactly how to install it. If there was an adjustment necessary, and they say adjust millimeter wave radar sensor here. By adjustment, I mean a manual adjustment that checks the level of the sensor after it is installed. This vehicle does not have that, but if it did, you may see it here, or you may see it in the adjust millimeter wave radar sensor instructions, which we will see after clicking info. So here we have it. They tell you how big of an area you need, all by measurements, keep objects away, levelness of the ground, so forth and so on. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do this Camry live today and hopefully not have as bad of a disaster as we did the other day. But again, same concept, print, save to PDF. But this is essentially the basics of how you would find what services need to be performed post-collision on nearly every and any single vehicle that you're going to work on today. I hope that this helps you guys perform these tasks better and faster, and we're going to keep trying to do more videos to show you how to get vehicles lined up and ready to calibrate in hopefully less than 15 minutes, because that's our real goal. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time. Have a great day, everybody. Please be sure to leave any feedback that you have in the comments below.